season. All right, Bobby Cox, as we mentioned, is headed off into retirement. Let's head it over to Turner Field right now and listen in to the Braves skipper.
We played a really good ball game, and Derek pitched great, I thought, and we got the ground balls. They just were just out of reach, and you know, we wanted this game big time and get back to San Francisco. It just didn't happen. The balls were just out of reach for us, turning double plays, and you know, I'm proud of the team. I told them that a little while ago. They've come a long ways with this team, and they played their hearts out, and I'll miss them.
Bobby, the fans called for you, and
I can't hear you.
the fans called for you as while the Giants were out on the field, and then the Giants paid their respects. Can you describe that?
That was nice of them. I mean, these fans have been great. They've packed this place just about, you know, the last 5 ball games, and you know, we appreciate their support. I do, and the players, and I have all through my career here. They've been just absolutely great.
And Bobby, how aware were you of the Giants players all saluting you at the end?
No, I saw them, and I gave them a thumbs up too. They played good, tough, and they had good pitching. And you know, we hit and run there in the 8th inning, and it was right at Renteria. If it was anywhere else, we're 1st and 3rd, and in real good shape to get back in it, and we just couldn't do it. But that was nice, a nice gesture by the Giants. I love Bochy. He's one of the best guys in baseball, and if we couldn't win, I'm glad he did.
Other questions, Bobby?
Yeah. Pre-game, you said that you weren't even really focusing on the fact that this could be your last game. Now that the game is over, how are you feeling?
Well, like I said, we wanted to win this game, and I've been emotional, and when we've gotten beat in the World Series, and it feels the same. It doesn't feel like this is the last time I put it on, but it certainly is, and I won't put it on again. So.
Joe?
Did you address the players afterwards, and what did you say?
The best I could. Told them I was really proud of them, and grown man shouldn't do this. But I can't say enough about Derek Lowe. He's got to be a 20-game winner next year, I think, if they get him any support at all. He has really changed his game plan. He and Roger McDowell, can't say enough about Roger and the entire coaching staff. And I'm thankful for them that they got us this far.
Matthew?
Bobby, what do you kind of make of this series as a whole? I mean, it was...
Well, if you're a National League fan, it's...
I apologize for the interruption there. You just saw Bobby Cox, a dyed-in-the-wool baseball guy, trying to reconcile the game his team just lost with the fact that his career as a manager is over and he's about to take the uniform back off. And we've got our feedback live from Turner Field. Let's listen into an emotional Bobby Cox.
What do you have planned for your first day as a non-manager, as a kind of regular citizen?
I don't know. I'm going to try to come out here. I'm not sure yet. We still have family and guests in our house, and I'm not sure.
Anything else for Bobby? All right, Bobby, thank you for everything. Congratulations on a wonderful career.
Thank you, guys. Thanks.
As many of you know, the media as a group are a fairly cynical lot, so the applause for Bobby Cox on his way out says something about the man and their affection for him. What What did you guys think when you?
Well, I was thinking I was going to cry before he did. He was just, talking about it. And I don't know why, when you get to these moments, you're kind of looking back. They're happy moments in many ways, and you're reflecting on what's happened. Just saying that he's proud of his guys. That was the thing that they got him. I mean, it shows how much he cares. It shows how much everybody cares about him. It reminds me a little bit when Earl said goodbye in 1982.
Earl Weaver.
Earl Weaver, we lost the last game of the season, and same sort of thing that happened. They're celebrating on the field. Milwaukee is going to the playoffs. Everybody's clapping. They're staying out for Earl. What a wonderful gesture. What a great gesture by San Francisco. Stops their celebration and just turns around and says, way to go, Bobby. So I thought that was really cool. But again, he was pulling a tear out of me before he even broke.
To me, over 50 years, your whole career like that. And I could get right there with him. I think there's a lot of delayed reactions to emotions. I really do. I think it kicks in way after. He knew that he's going to leave, but sometimes it just doesn't, kick in until much further down the road when you're by yourself in the car or whatever. There'll be a lot of crying, Jags. I know if it was for me, and I'm sure that after that career will be for him too.
A little bit of a blessing in disguise, too, to lose this Game 4, because although I'm sure Bobby Cox would disagree, he would have rather won and moved on to San Francisco for a Game 5. But if the Braves don't lose tonight, they don't have that scene at Turner Field where the fans can applaud him on his way out. 4th all-time in managerial wins is Bobby Cox over 29 seasons as a Major League manager. You remember the 14 straight division titles here in Atlanta with the Braves, including a World Series championship back in 1995, and 4-time Manager of the Year.
Well, I thought you were going to skip me here.
No, of course not.
Okay, I was just wondering. I was about ready to jump on you.
I would never do that.
No, but I got to meet Bobby my first year in big league camp. I went over to, when I was in the minor leagues, went over to big league camp and threw a bullpen. And that's when I met him, Al Widmar, and Jimmy Williams were in there. And so then that was his last year in Toronto, which was cool. But I got to meet him, and then over the years, just in passing, talking to him from here and there. But, what a great mentor to a lot of people. He changed a lot of lives in the game of baseball. And most of all, he passed on a lot of knowledge to these guys. There's going to be some coaches that were that were players for Bobby that will take a lot of his brain, his knowledge to the game. And, his legacy is going to live on for a long time.
He said, and you heard him reiterate it, that this is the last time he'll put on the uniform. He has agreed to a deal to remain with the Braves as a consultant, so he'll be around the organization for the next few years, signed a 5-year contract to do that. Well-deserved retirement for Bobby Cox tonight as we take a look at his career retrospective. There he is as a player with the New York Yankees, 1968, 1969. Started with the Braves as a manager, then went to Toronto for parts of 4 seasons there, and started in on the umpires. Back to Atlanta in 1990. He's been here ever since. Of course, the most managerial ejections and a whole lot of great moments here in Atlanta. That was cool.